It's my turn. Everything hurts.
Yo, what's up everybody? Today I'll be showing you how to do the split screen effect like Flea on iPhone. But before we start the video, still over 70% of you who watch the videos are still not subscribed. So if you could take 1 second out of your day and hit that sub button, it would mean a lot. Once again, only hit that sub button if you did learn something off of the video. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to show you the raw clip. Yep, so just like a nice little crossbow shot, like Flea did. And I got my 2 cinematics right here that I will be using. So the first thing that we're going to do is obviously crop these cinematics down so there's not the whole thing in it. Alright, so I got this 2 cinematics right here, one going down and one going up. And now I'm just going to import my music. Alright, I got my song in here. I'm using an unreleased song by Lil Peep, so it's non-copyright. So I'm going to go to audio and unlink it. And I'm just going to delete that, so we just have the audio. And then we can go back into our clips and mute all of these sounds because we do not need these. We're going to add our own sound effects. So now we're just going to sync this up. Alright, looks like it's dropping right about there. Just make sure. Maybe a little later. So here's a little pro tip for syncing your clips. Add a keyframe to where your beat drops. And add a keyframe for where you want it to hit. So right there. Add a keyframe. So then you can just take that back and you can link up these keyframes and try to match them in the same exact spot. Just like that. And then we can just drag it out. So then
It's my turn.
just like that. And now we gotta add our cinematics and all of our velocity. So let's listen to this real quick. Boom, ding. Okay. And now I'm gonna go to right about where I pull up my boom bow, and I'm just gonna split the clip. So then I can drag in both of these cinematics, except one you're gonna drag up here, and you're gonna match it with that clip. It should click right on. And then what we are gonna do is I'm just gonna drag this off to the side. Right about there. And I'm going to go to mask. And I'm going to go to linear. And we can just go here on that angle and cut this where we want it to. So about half the screen in. And then we can go to this one and put that where we want it. So like that. Yep, so we have that. Now what we have to do is we have to add the timing and all of the velocity so it looks good. Alright, now this is a little trick that I use on all of my cinematics. And it is this. So I go in a little bit and I'm going to split this 2 clips at the same exact place, and I'm going to put this first one on 3 times speed. Same thing with this second one. 3 times speed. And I'm going to keep my red line in the same exact spot. I'm going to go to it again. Oh, yeah. And then for this one, we're just going to have to drag it over. And I'm just going to split it again, and on this one, we're going to put it on 2.5 speed. And then same thing with this clip. 2.5 speed. Drag it over again. And we're going to split it. And lastly, we're going to put this on 1.5 speed. 1.5 speed. So basically what this does, it creates this very nice like curve with the velocity. So it goes fast, slow, and then it'll zoom back fast at the end. And then we gotta see where we want to cut this. Alright, so we're probably gonna zoom this out right about here, so I'm gonna split it again, and we're gonna split it again. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but instead of starting the first one at 3 times speed, we're gonna start it the exact opposite. We're gonna start it at 1.5. So we're gonna go a little ways in, and we're gonna split them both at the same spot. 1.5, 1.5, and then just for this top clip, we have to drag this over. And now this one, we do not have to keep our red line in the same spot. We can kind of move forward a little bit. And the next one, we're going to put it 2.5. So 2.5, just like that. And oops, made that a little bit too quick. If for some reason it's not letting you go any higher on your speed, that means your clip is not, that one clip is not long enough, so all you have to do is just drag it longer and it should work. And now quickly I'm going to look at where the beat is, so I'm not going off beat. Alright, that's good. So now I'm just going to do this last thing, split it, drag this over, split that, and we're going to put it on 3 times speed. Three times speed. Whoop, we went a little bit too quick. Make sure you keep a close eye on that so you don't go over. Sometimes it goes off, and we can delete the rest of that. So let's watch this back. Alright, sometimes if it gets a little laggy, you can go to full screen mode, and it should render it out a little bit cleaner. Alright. Yep. Looks very nice, actually. So now all we have to do is we just have to sync it with this clip. So I'm just going to go to where about I shoot. I'm actually going to go back into my music and see where I hit. So I have to drag this keyframe so it matches. Yep. So just like we added those keyframes, we want to resync those keyframes back. So I'm just going to drag it a little bit out. Looks good. Let's see what this looks like. Might be a little glitchy, but we'll try. I just want to see that end. I'm going to get a little bit more boombo shot in it. Let's see what this looks like. Right, that looks nice. It's just a little offbeat. But what we can do to make that look better is right on this clip, we can split it. And we can turn this first one, and we can put it on about 2.5 and see what that looks like. And then we can put this one on half speed. But the one thing to make this look smooth, if you are on console, do not put this on 0.5 speed. Put this on 0.7 speed. Console only has 30 FPS clips, so they cannot have smooth slow-mo. So I suggest putting it on 0.7. If you do have PC, you have 60 FPS clips, put this on 0.5. That'll be the best. Nice, just like that. Alright, so we got our cinematic. We have it synced up. All we have to do now is add our sound effects and our line to make this look really clean. Alright, to finally finish this up, we're just going to need a few things. You're going to need to find a whoosh on YouTube. So just look up whoosh sound effects and find the best one that you can find. Then you're also going to need, or what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a flint knock sound effect, a sword slice for this cut screen, and then a boombo shot. Boom. Alright, so I got my first whoosh in here, and I lined this up so it's right there. The whoosh comes in right as that cinematic comes in, so this would... Alright, now next what I need is I need my flint knock clip, so I'm just going to go on YouTube and type in flint knock sound effect. Alright, so I got my flint knock in here, and I got this lined up to where I shoot. It's this one right here, and I turn down the volume just a little bit so it's not super loud. So I got that. Alright, now next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto YouTube. I'm going to type in sword sound effect, and I'm going to go to the third one down because I like this one. It's just the 1 second one. Sounds like that. And I'm just going to screen record that and put that in. So I have this lined up right about here, and the sword effect was actually kind of too long, or not too long. It was a little bit too short, so I want this a little bit longer. So what I did is I went to speed, and I just changed this to 0.8. And then instead of pressing change pitch, I have keep pitch on, so it does not like lower the sound or anything. So it sounds like that. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my whoosh, and I'm gonna duplicate it right there, and then drag it over, because we need a second one that's gonna hit on the beat. So I have that right here. So that whoosh goes right onto that beat. Alright, lastly for the sound effects is we need a boombo shot. So I'm just gonna look up on YouTube, boombo sound effect. Alright, so I have my boombo sound effect lined up right here. So let's hear what all of the sound effects sound like. Nice, sounds super clean actually. So now lastly what we have to do is we have to add black bars to our cinematic, and then add the line in the middle of our screen that'll make that cinematic look so much smoother. So at first what we're going to do is we're going to go onto YouTube, and we're going to type in Fireline black background and type on this first one. And then you can just download this or screen record and then crop whatever you feel like. We do not have to worry about the color because we can actually go into our app and change the color of this. Alright, so I got my fire right here, and now I'm just going to crop it in with the cinematic. Like that, should click right on. And then to make all the black go away, we can go to blending and go to screen, and it just does that. And now we just have to line this up with the line, just like that. Next we're just going to change the color of this, so we can go to adjust, hue, and we can do any of these colors, and I'm just going to do the blue because I think that fits this theme the best. So just like that. And then we also want this to look really smooth, so I'm going to add 2 keyframes, one there, and we're going to go back, set the first opacity to 0 so it fades it in, and then same thing with the second one, except it's going to be the opposite, and the second one we're going to put on 0. So fades in, and then at the end fades out. Alright, so we have that. All we have to do is add our black bars now. Type in black bars overlay, and we're just going to tap on the first one, and we can just hold this down and saved photos. Alright, so we got the black bars in here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go transform and fit. And then we're going to add a keyframe a little ways before it, and then another one right on it. So like this. And on the first one, we're just going to set it pretty much as wide as we can go, just so it's not in picture, and so it goes in with it. Like that. And then we want the same thing at the end, so we're going to add a keyframe, and a keyframe right here. And we're just going to set it big, like that. So then it should fade in that. And all that we're left to do is press export in 1080p or 4K and 60 FPS. Now if you guys did enjoy the video at all, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. That would really help me out. I'm out. Peace.